you guys. So I watched the show on my TV in my living room, and I film in my second bedroom. The walk from my living room, I've been laughing from my couch. I've been laughing all the way from my couch to this chair. The season is so good. From these women who like fake that they love each other, but they obviously can't stand each other, to that awkward ass speech from Ronnie, like what the hell, to Ayo's face.
The pain, the torment, the torture.
Ayo's face gave me life. Why do you look like a slapped ass? Huh? Nah, you had your time. Now Mimi's gonna have her time. But then I started laughing again. No offense. We are all God's children. We are all beautiful in the eyes of the Lord. But this ain't no bombshell. I'm sorry. It's not. Oh my gosh. So you brought in Uma for Ayo and Omar for Mimi. I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, Lord. I just did the review. Child. This is season 11, episode 5. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, Lord, and leave a comment down below. Okay, so I literally wrote in my notes, this episode kept jumping around from convo to convo, and I wish they would have stretched it out a little bit. The episode was a little bit longer than it typically is, but there were so many conversations that were, I kid you not, 45 seconds long that we could have fleshed out a little bit more, but it's fine. So everyone's getting ready in the evening, and Kieran says that he's leaning more towards Nicole. He even starts singing a little song, and I see, I'm like, oh Lord, this is not gonna be good. So at this point, everybody in the house, damn near, knows that Kieran is leaning more towards Nicole, except for Harriet. That's gonna play a part later. So Nicole and Harriet talk about this secret kiss, and Harriet is still standing by her decision to not share it with Nicole.
I thought I was going to speak to him before he told you.
I would have had more respect for that. I would have gone, oh, right, okay, not nice, but...
Even so, like, I think you've just been, like, so off and weird with me. I was never going to fall out with you about it. Honestly, if you want him, you can have him. That's where I'm at.
So in the review yesterday, I did say that Harriet is rich for wanting information before about Kieran and Nicole, but then now keeping her own information from Nicole when she and Nicole were having a transparent conversation about Kieran and how things are going on between them, right? Some people felt like they understood what Harriet was saying and saying that she didn't feel like it was important for her to share the kiss. And honestly, objectively, I agree. If it were me in the situation, would I have shared the kiss? Probably not. But the difference is, I don't claim to be a girl's girl. So these girls who say, I'm a girl's girl, I'm a girl's girl, it wasn't giving girl's girl in that moment. So that's why for me, I was like, well, little miss girl's girl, that wasn't very girl's girl of you, you know? But anyways, she was annoyed, she being Harriet, was annoyed that Nicole had gotten coffee in the morning, but then doesn't understand why Nicole would be annoyed about hearing of a kiss that happened in the night. Like, Harriet, come on, let's rub some sticks together and make some fire, because ain't nothing burning in your mind right now. So Kieran says Nicole is more his speed, which works for Sean because Sean would like to take Harriet off of his hands.
I think you're gorgeous. Looking like a mermaid tonight.
Thanks. That's what I was going for, mermaid vibe.
Yeah, and I feel like you're lost at sea. I would like to get to know you more throughout the days.
Yeah.
And see where things go. Obviously, he's interested in like Nicole. I feel like that's where his head's at the minute. You're better than that, and you deserve more. So
I know I deserve more, and I know I'm better than that.
This is the most we've heard from Sean ever. I don't even think he spoke this much in his VT, okay? And all it took was for him to swoop in and scoop somebody's seconds. What is Sean doing here? Get him out. Can we bring back Sam, please? I don't even know if Sam would have given us more, but at least he's something to look at. Cause Sean, like, we never see this man. Harriet does claim that she's keen to get to know him, but honestly, it wasn't giving that at all. She was giving him no energy, in my opinion. Maybe she was still processing the fact that he said he was interested in her. So in that conversation, Sean did say, it kind of seems like Kieran is leaning more towards Nicole. But then a conversation with Harriet and Joey really put the nail in the coffin.
I just can't be bothered for this, like, drama.
I think it's quite obvious he likes Nicole now.
Right, okay. Oh, he hasn't said that to me.
Kieran, who do you like more?
Did you tell the boys in the car in the changing room, yeah?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Is that everything? Or...
Yeah, thank you.
You know what, Joey? You can stay. You can stay. You can stay. That was so good. Kieran was dismissive. I will admit he was dismissive. I don't really care too much because he was dismissive to Harriet. Harriet thought this was one big game that she was going to come out the victor, and that's not the case. And listen here, Harriet, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I'm not even mad at Joey, to be honest with you, because the back and forth was kind of getting annoying for me. I didn't really care too much for this Harriet-Nicole saga. Ugh, whatever. So he nipped it in the bud. Kieran, who do you like? Nicole. All right, end of story. Let's move on. So Ronnie and Jess are talking about their connection, and they say that from day one, they've had something good, and even the whole villa sees it. In the midst of that conversation, Kieran intercepts, and he's like, did I do something wrong? Like, what's going on?
What have I done wrong? Come here, man. Have I gone on this? I'm not going to go you, but I got to do it somewhere. I've gone, Nicole.
You said
I do what I wish I could have done it in a better way.
What, so now you're saying...
You fancy Nicole more?
Because it's so out there right now, and I've just laid it out.
Why did you kiss her last night then?
Because it felt right.
You all right, Joey?
That was so jokes.
What happened?
It was just funny.
Yeah, but I don't want to do it like that.
We've done that, haven't it? At least got clarification, though, innit?
I mean, I was going to tell her.
Kieran actually makes me laugh. He's so funny, and he's not even trying to be. That's what I love about it. When I watch Kieran, it just gives me 21-year-old boy. Like, I'm not shocked by his antics whatsoever. And it's not even that he's doing antics. I think he's just trying to figure stuff out, and he's just like, well, I needed time, and it sucks that things aren't working in his favor. But he's also 21. Like, I would expect this kind of confusion, this not knowing when to say what and who to say what to. It's just so 21. I remember myself at 21. She was a train wreck. Now, Joey, you're 33. So you're doing this deliberately. Like, Joey is being messy on purpose, okay? And he's here for the free entertainment. Honestly, I'm here for it too. So Harriet, she storms off. She's very upset, and she's in the girls' makeup room or whatever, and she's hysterical.
I can't believe you just spoke to me like that. Oh, Kieran, I can't believe how he spoke to me.
Is that all?
And then I went,
Yeah. And he went, okay.
Go back there and just fucking give it to him. I'll back you. I'll back you. We're not going to let them get away with this. Oh, we are not letting them get away with this.
There's little to no sympathy for me when it comes to Harriet, honestly. Like, she really thought from the first day she was playing a game. She was playing a game, and I guess in her regular life, she tends to be the girl who wins. Even in her personal life, she's spoiled by her dad and all this stuff. Like, I'm sure she's used to getting her way. And things are not going her way, and she just cannot handle it. So, she decides she's gonna give Kieran a piece of her mind. And here you have Patsy, yeah, girl, yeah, do it, yeah, do it. So she storms over to Kieran and just starts going.
I cannot believe that you just did that in front of everyone, by the way. Why do you need to, like, make it a deal and say, is that all? Like, no, I don't care.
She embarrassed me in front of all of them. Like, I'm just embarrassed about the situation. Like, I can't believe, like, what? Like, what? Like,
What are you...
I
Come,
can't.
what? I told you...
Harriet says that the thing that she's upset about the most is the fact that he said, "Is that all?" after the end of that little confrontation from Joey. And was it rude? Yeah, it was dismissive for sure. Definitely dismissive. But I'm thinking to myself, like, how the conversation happened, I don't even know if I would handle it much differently. You're putting me on the spot. Joey is clearly looking for a moment. Harriet, like, needs an answer. Like, what else am I supposed to do? And now I feel awkward. I'm gonna say, well, is this it? Can I go now? Because this is awkward. I don't want to be here anymore. So could he have handled it differently? Yeah. Would I have handled it much differently? Probably not. So I kind of do have grace for Kieran in this situation. She throws the age thing in his face, and I hate when people do that. You deliberately went for somebody who was younger than you. Don't now act up when they start acting their age. Number one, his age was never going to change. He came in 21. He's going to leave the show 21, probably. And even if he doesn't, like, the age gap is just, y'all know what I'm saying, damn. And number two, when did he ever act non-21 like? From the first night, she didn't like the way that he was moving, but she decided to stay. Don't now be throwing stuff in his face, girl. He's been consistent. And then I'm looking around looking for Patsy, because Patsy was the one who put a battery in Harriet's back. Where's Patsy? Nowhere to be found. And Jess feels the same. Jess says, well, to be quite honest with you, I don't remember what Jess said, but basically she was like, I wouldn't encourage my friend to do that. So is she really a friend to you? Something along those lines. Yeah, I don't quite remember, but Jess doesn't remember either, and that's going to be an issue later on. Harriet decides on behalf of Kieran that he's going to sleep on the daybed. He's like, you know what, fine, like, I can't be bothered with an argument. I'm just going to go sleep outside. Nicole goes out, gives him a hug. I thought she was either going to sleep out there with him or at the very least give him a kiss, but she didn't do either of that. She just said, good night, you're still in the doghouse, and yeah, whatever. The next morning, the girls are now at odds because Harriet told Patsy that Jess said Patsy's not a good friend to Harriet.
You said to her, whoever told you to do that is not a real friend.
I said that in front of everybody.
It's not a real friend.
I would said that if I'd have been her, I wouldn't have encouraged her to do that. I said that to anyone.
That's unfair. I'm pissed off at that.
Yeah. To be fair, you were the one that told her to do it because you come in 5 minutes.
Did I tell you to do it?
No. I would not encourage any of my friends to do that.
Really?
No, I wouldn't.
It was wicked how she went out there and gave him some. I do.
Well, that's your opinion. My opinion is I don't think you should do that.
Cool.
I love these girls. I love these girls so much. These girls are so hectic. And in as much as like the crying annoys me and all the antics, they annoy me, but for television purposes, this is good. I'm entertained. I'm so entertained. So again, I don't even remember what Jess said truly, but in this conversation, she's saying, I wouldn't put my own friend in that situation. I didn't say Patsy isn't a good friend to you. Patsy is like, end of the day, you're saying I'm not a good friend. It doesn't matter how you phrase it. You're saying I'm not a good friend. Me personally, I wouldn't send my friend into a situation like Patsy did with Harriet. And if I did, I would have to stand beside her. I would either stand beside her and be like, okay, sis, we're going to confront him together, or let's take a beat. Let's compose ourselves, and maybe we'll have this conversation another day or another time when you're feeling better. But like right now, with the heightened emotions, it's not great. She already felt embarrassed at the fact that he was speaking to her like that in front of other people. And then now she's going to embarrass herself more by yelling at him. And then, nah. So I am siding with Jess, but I do hear what Patsy is saying. No matter how you put it, you're saying I'm not a good friend, and I don't like that. So in the morning debrief, we have Ayo who says that Mimi is a vibe. However, Uma's confidence is a lot more intriguing to him. It's to be expected. We love Mimi, but it's Love Island, babes. Things move quick. You gotta open up, okay? Harriet is happy that Joey exposed the truth, and she says that she likes Ronnie the most, and then Sean is a close second. Now, I had a question. I don't know if you guys picked up on it too. I never saw anything between Harriet and Ronnie. I never heard her bring his name up. Where? And I'm thinking, is it a coincidence that it's when Jess has pissed you off? all of a sudden you're into Jess's man. This is what I'm saying about Harriet. Like, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I can't sympathize with somebody like Harriet. I just can't. So, Mimi says that on the outside, she would have cut Io off by this point because he's clearly not giving her the same amount of attention as he, one, was before, and two, as he is to Uma right now. I think that it's true. We only get to see the edited version, but if we're not seeing much effort from Io and she's co-signing, it's probably because that's what's going on. Ronnie and Harriet, who have a conversation first, this villa is so fickle because even Ronnie is now like, yeah, you're a bit of me.
Your situation was a little bit mad, wasn't it?
A lot.
We've always had like a little eye flirt.
Yeah.
But then obviously now, is it too soon to pull you? I don't know. But
No, you know I fancy you.
You do.
You know I do.
You know what I love about this show? Or this season, let me say? This is the most Love Island that I've seen Love Island be. Of the Love Islands that I have watched, this is the most Love Island that Love Island has ever been. All this hopping around and I'm interested in you, but then now I'm interested in my girl's man because she pissed me off, and then, oh, you're pissing me off too, so I'm mad at you. Oh, y'all be mad at her too, and then him. I love it. I love it. Stir up the pot. Mix things up, mix and mingle, talk to new people. Can somebody talk to Manveer for crying out loud? Like, if he's not gonna do the hopping around, he can go, because this villa is clearly on a new wave that I haven't seen in a minute, and I'm loving every second of it. Kieran takes Harriet aside to apologize for how things happened. She accepted his apology. However, at the end of it, when he asked for a hug, she politely declined. Girl, protect your peace. If you don't want to hug him, you ain't gotta hug him. Uma and Joey have a conversation, and you know what? Let me save my thoughts for after.
Who's giving you good vibes in here?
Definitely Yo-Yo. Maybe like Kieran.
I thought that.
Definitely you, my Jojo too.
Yeah, you too. Anyone's head can be turned.
Exactly.
Like anyone. You're very funny, very cute, very sexy.
I keep seeing comments saying that Io is just so thirsty. He's so thirsty, whatever. And I know that we love Uma, but let's be honest. Their methods of pursuit are pretty similar. And I don't know if we're going to see it different because she's a girl and he's a guy. But this JoJo. Yeah, I'm into JoJo the most. And then Yo-Yo. To me, Io and Uma are giving that same thirsty energy. Sorry. So she says that those are her top two. Kieran is a third that she's into. Didn't expect that one, but we'll see where that one goes. Mimi then talks to Io and basically calls him out, saying, you're not giving me the energy that you promised you would give me.
I wish I could read your mind, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, you don't let off enough for me to tell.
I let off.
Yeah.
You don't let off.
You know, you're busy, so...
Oh, get out of here.
Naturally, I'm going to want to pull back.
Don't be like that with me, though.
I don't like to feel like I'm competing.
I'm very happy that she expressed herself instead of just harboring those feelings on the inside and then just lashing out at some point. He hasn't been fair when it comes to splitting up his time. He did say the energy I gave you, I'm going to give to her. But then he also did say, I'm not cutting you off. And at this point, Mimi does feel like she has been cut off. He should be better with his time management, because Uma, though she is expressing interest in him, she has two other options, and JoJo is high on that list. So if she goes that way and you plan on going back to Mimi, the damage might already be done with Mimi. Like she said, on the outside, she would have already cut him off at this point. So Io, I don't know if you're just lost in the clouds right now, but if Mimi is still a genuine potential for you, you gotta do a little bit better in managing that option, okay? So Samantha asks Joey where his head is at between her and Uma, and he just doesn't know.
She's a cool girl.
She's cool, isn't she?
She's nice, yeah.
You like Uma more. I just want you to tell me.
The thing is, I couldn't say...
I don't mean right now, I just mean in general. Like, you've had your time to get to know me. If you want to get to know her, then...
Yeah.
From the outside looking in, I honestly cannot tell where Joey's head is at either. I'm still shocked that he's paying Samantha any mind to begin with. But Uma does seem like somebody who he would get on with as well. So the villa gets a text and Uma is told that she's going to be the first to pick. It's Guy's decision, but she's going to be the first to pick, which is good because I need her to make the decision. Because if I leave it up to Joey, I honestly don't know where he would go. If you leave it up to Ayo, I don't know where he would go either. Uma should make the decision, and now we all know where everybody stands, and we can finally move on. So in the evening, at the recoupling, we have Uma who picks Ayo, and my heart sank because I knew this girl's gonna be left single. She's going home. I was convinced. That's it. It's over. Next was Ronnie. Oh. Ronnie picks Jess, which is expected. But during his speech, he says, I'm still very much open. I'm open to new people coming in the villa, but I also have had a conversation with somebody else in this house and my eyes have been opened. I would be livid. I would be livid sitting beside somebody who basically was like, yeah, I've kind of seen the light. And so my head's on a swivel right now. But Jess, you're great. You're absolutely not. Next was Joey, who picked Samantha, Kieran, who picked Nicole, Sean, who picked Harriet, and Munvir, who picked Patsy, leaving Mimi single. However, in comes Omar.
Omar is waiting to meet you for your first date.
I'm Omar, I'm 25. My best feature is my smile. I'm funny, flirty, and definitely a little bit cheeky.
The way Ayo's face dropped. Gave me life. It gave me life. I loved it. I loved every second. I'm happy that Mimi gets to stay in the house and gets a bombshell that she could flirt with. Now, is this the bombshell that I would have picked for her? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And no disrespect. We're all God's children. But let's be honest. You would never see me on Love Island. And that's okay to say. That's okay to say. Omar, not what I expected. That's all I'm saying. Now, I actually have to say the Love Island photographers knocked it out the park this time around because why does he look scrum-de-lium in this photo? But in the video of him walking in the villa, it wasn't giving this energy. Like, I don't know if it's all the filters that they put, you know, the light leaks that they do on the show when someone walks in. It just wasn't doing him any favors. This photo right here, okay, yeah. Omar, do your thing. We're ready. So anyways, that's it for today's episode. What, it's Friday? Dang, so we're gonna be back on Sunday. And they didn't even give us a trailer. Ew. I know the unseen bits is never hitting. Man, I've been loving this flow we've been getting into, but if you ask me for a first week rating, I'll give it an 8. It was really good. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Next week, Love Island USA starts. So if things start getting a little wonky, you know what's up. All right? I will see you guys in the next one.